And welcome in, everybody. Glad you're with us. We've got a perfect night for baseball on the show. The Atlanta Braves going up against the New York Mets.
And now,
and we'll be back with the first pitch right after this.
New York Mets.
So just about set and on the hill today, Frankie Montas. What should we keep an eye on here?
It's always interesting to see how he utilizes all of his pitches and how many of those he has a good feel for on that given day. When he's right, he's really able to keep hitters guessing, and all of his stuff seems to be coming out of the same arm slot, the same tunnel, and that can make life very difficult on his opponents.
Ready to go now, and here is Ronald Acuna Jr. Swings through that.
0-1.
The 0-1. And a foul ball. And the 0-2. Swing and a ball driven out to center. Going back. Pulls it in on the warning track. Here's Brian Snitker's lineup for the Braves. We could be in for a power showcase today with the wind blowing out, a lot of lift and separate, Chris.
Well, we know hitters are in this era definitely trying to hit the ball in the air regardless of the conditions, but I think even a little more so there's margin for error if you can get the ball up in the air. So, you know, you'll see at times, I'm sure, with 2 strikes, what looks like a half swing that can get out of the ballpark with a hitter who's got decent pop.
And it stays fair. Makes the turn and heads for second. And he'll pull in there with a stand-up double.
Wastes no time there. Caught it out front and ripped it down the line. And as soon as he saw it get through the infield, man, he started making that big turn towards second for the double.
So the go-ahead run in scoring position. So now to the plate for Atlanta, Marcell Ozuna. The other way. And that's a base hit. Coming home. The throw in. Save. In comes the run from second. And it's 1-0.
Matt.
And now Matt Olson up to hit. There's a strike. Montas, a righty that throws with power. He features a 4-seam fastball, a sinker, a cutter, a splitter, and he works in a slider. And that one missing inside, a sharp slider. Ozuna, the runner at first with 1 gone in the inning. Next offering misses. Now 2 balls and a strike.
2 balls, 1 strike.
And a foul ball. And a pitch. That's outside. 3-2 now. Man at first, 1 away. Got him. 2 gone.
Well, that splitter out of the hand, it just sort of jumps on you, and your interpretation is here comes a fastball again. Well, it never really reaches because the bottom falls out of it and you swing over the top, and that's why they call it a split finger fastball, because it looks like a 4-seamer.
Here is Austin Riley. And that one hammered. That's back. Off the batter's eye and gone. A 2-run shot. It's 3-0.
Wasn't fooled on the first pitch at all. He squared it up right away. Love to see a hitter aggressive on the first pitch of an at-bat. You watch him from the on-deck circle, so when you step in the box, you're ready to pull the trigger wherever it's at. Really good job by the hitter. Total conviction on that swing.
So 2 down. Now in for the Braves, Ozzy Albies. That one hammered center field. This one's got a chance. Onto the track, and he makes the catch. But they strike for 3 in the inning. 2 on this 2-run home run. It's now 3-0. Major League Baseball is on the show.
They haven't seen. It's tough when you know a guy's got that in his back pocket. As a hitter, you really have to stay on your toes.
Francisco Lindor, the leadoff batter, as he looks at ball 1.
Well, after scoring runs, this is where you're looking for that shutdown inning. Get that hot team back in there to swing the bats.
Fastball is outside.
Right now, behind in the count, 2 balls and no strikes. No free passes. You can't allow that.
That one finds the zone, and a count 2-1.
Out there on the mound, he's setting the tone early with the fastball. 98 miles per hour up on the scoreboard.
And that misses. And that's ball 3.
3 balls, 1 strike.
That one misses. So a leadoff walk.
Pretty easy walk right there. Last pitch wasn't even much to think about.
Batting second, the right
And at
fielder,
first,
Juan
Juan Soto up now for the Mets.
Soto.
Fastball for a strike. Strider deals. Swing and a miss. He was late. Strike 2.
0-2 is the count.
And 1-2.
Ball.
Nobody out. Runner at first. Spoils a 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another.
Flew open a little bit with that front shoulder, but was able to slow his bat down just enough to make contact with that pitch. Keep the at-bat alive.
Good eye in that spot.
2-2 is the count.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Had him out front for strike 3. And now it's the polar bear, Pete Alonso. Right side. They get
He's
one.
out.
Tag out at second. It's a double play. And just like that, the inning is over. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 inning in the books here. It's the Braves 3 and the Mets nothing. Back here in
Leading off
Queens.
for the
So
Braves,
here's Murphy
the catcher,
now.
Sean Murphy.
Montas back to work. Way
Counts
outside.
1-0.
Ball 1. And another
That's
ball.
inside.
Assigned to home plate duty is Ricky Holiday.
Boog, and something I've heard players saying about Ricky's strike zone is how he will call the high strike. That could be something that's tough to deal with, especially if you've got a pitcher out there coming at you with high velocity.
That pitch gets the corner, and it's 2-1.
Nasty
2 balls,
2-0
1
slider
strike.
there for a strike. That tells you he's got a lot of confidence in that pitch.
That one fouled off. 2-2.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. Goes down looking. Here's Jared Kelnick. Fastball for a strike. 0-1. One out, bases empty. And now the count is even. Swing and a miss.
Well, he just threw that fastball by him, elevated, and if you're not looking up in that location, very difficult to catch up to, especially with that velocity.
Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock.
Batting ninth, the shortstop, Nick Allen.
Man at first with one gone, Nick Allen. Next up for the Braves. Outside low, and that's ball one. Pop foul out of play off to the right. At 96, that pitch is in for a strike. Swings here and drives one well left field, way back, and you can forget it. He'll touch them all, and they tack on to their lead. It's 5-zip. So the lineup flips over. Ronald Acuna Jr. next up for the Braves. And the first pitch misses for ball one.
1-0.
Just missed. Still only one out here in the inning. Out to center. Siri sizing this one up. Makes the grab. And there's two down.
It's a good recovery, though, after giving up the home run. Not allowing it to stay in the head, but going to work at the next hitter. And a tough one at that.
Two outs, base is empty. Stepping in, Michael Harris the second. That one fouled off. Base is empty, two away, but 2 runs are in here at the top of the second. That's a bullet, but it goes foul. That one off the mark, and the count 1-2.
I don't think he was trying to miss by that much in an 0-2 count. Just tried to overthrow that pitch.
And there's a fly ball deep right field, and it hits the fence. Around first, heading for 2. And in there with a double off the wall.
Still able to come through behind in the count right there. He hit that ball really well to deep right field right there. Got a pitch to drive and just stayed through it nicely. Didn't quite have the trajectory to clear the fence, but you're always happy with an extra base hit.
Here comes the skipper, and we're going to see a pitching change in this spot. Montas is done in this one, and he's responsible for the runner on second, so the book isn't closed on him yet. We'll be right back.
Now pitching for
They
the
go
Mets,
with one of their more experienced
number
arms in this
55.
spot, Ryan Stanek.
I think it's got to be a little tough coming in out of the pen when your guys are trailing so big on the scoreboard. Just doesn't have the same intensity to it, but he's got to find a way because these batters count the same for his stats, obviously, regardless of the score.
So runner at second, 2 down. Marcell Ozuna coming up to hit. And ball 1. Runner at second, 2 down. Next offering upstairs. And another ball. So definitely a little wild right out of the gate.
Well, it could be a little tough coming from the bullpen mound to this mound, but you've got to find a way to get ahead in the count quickly. He hasn't. We'll see how this at bat turns out.
Here's the pitch to Ozuna. And ball 4, 2 aboard.
That just came apart right there. 4-pitch walk, and guy at the plate was not going to help him out by swinging at something out of the zone.
Olsen.
First and second, 2 outs. Olsen now at the plate. He's 0 for 1. In the air, out towards left center. Nimmo settles underneath it, and that's the 3rd out. But 2 come across to score in the inning, courtesy of this 2-run homer. And the lead is now 5-0. It's Major League Baseball, and it's on the show. Bottom of the second, and now it's Jose Siri. I think when you contemplate him as a player, the first thing you think about is defense, and you think about that great arm.
I also think about the speed. If he can get on, that's going to give one more thing for that pitcher to think about.
Yeah, big swing and a miss.
Well, you got the hitter already chasing that nasty slider. If you're on the mound, you just want to expand the zone right now. Get a swing and miss and get through this at bat.
Swing and a miss. Strider gets the strikeout.
Dominating strikeout there on just 3 pitches, and that's what a good power pitcher can do to you. If he's hitting his spots, filling up the strike zone, sometimes the bat's over before it really begins.
And a swing and a miss. There's that slider.
Oh, no fair right there. I mean, that slider didn't move till the very last moment. Incredibly difficult to pick that up. Just going to have to tip your cap on that pick.
And that's got extra bases written all over it. Now he'll turn for second, and that's a 2-bagger.
Just so sound in his mechanics. Hits against a firm front side, and the hands just continue to carry through the middle of the field.
One out, runner at second. Here's Brandon Nimmo. On the ground at first, and that one handled, and he takes it himself for the out.
Batting 7th, the second baseman, Luis Angel.
Luis Angel Acuna getting ready to hit.
And this is a big opportunity for him to pick up his teammate right here.
That's in there. Strike 1. Marte at third with 2 away. Swing and a pop-up. Foul at a play off to the right side. That'll find the stands. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout. Mets strand 1. Still looking at that 5-0 deficit. Back here at Citi Field. The batter now, Austin Riley. Riley was a kid in high school that was scouted by most teams as a pitcher. In fact, 95% of the teams wanted him as a pitcher. And I actually asked him. Here's a drive out to right center. Way back there. Look out. Gone. Another homer. His second home run of the game. And they add on. It's 6-0. He absolutely crushed that one.
No doubt about that one, Boog. We knew it wasn't coming back. That's an impressive swing of the bat to go over the wall to the opposite field gap. And, you know, there are a lot of guys that just don't have the pop to do that, and probably just as many who don't have the approach either. He let that ball travel, and he got great extension on the follow through to drive it out of here.
Ozzy Albies up to the plate.
Ball
Not
one, no
close
strike.
with that one. And that's ball one.
You know, these Braves doing a good job of putting the ball into play, and that makes things more challenging on the defensive side. And here's a stat for you, Boog. They're making contact with more than 85% of the pitches that they're swinging at. It's pretty special stuff. Not so good if you're out there on the mound.
And a swing and a miss there.
Just not able to catch up to that velocity.
2 strikes.
Next pitch misses inside. And the count is even 2-2. That one missed. Nobody on, nobody out with a run in. We're here in the top half of inning number 3. Sharp grounder. That's through for a base hit.
Now batting, the catcher.
Here's Sean Murphy. He was a strikeout victim his first time. That one's in there, 0-1. Runner at first with no outs here. Stanek throws over. Albies dives back in. Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
From a pitcher's perspective, that's a beautiful splitter right there. As a hitter, you don't like it, but he's commanded his fastball, and out of that same tunnel, that splitter comes, and the bottom just falls out of it.
And a foul ball. He stays alive. Next offering is downstairs. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
And he'll be beating himself up on the way back to the dugout. Got a pitch to hit and just couldn't get to it. I think that slider really caught way more of the plate than it was supposed to.
And next for Atlanta, Jared Kellner. 1 for 1 with a single and a run scored so far. And that's a little bit high. 1-0. Swing and a line drive. That's a base hit into right field. Quick throw back in. Lead runner holds at second with 1 gone.
That's back-to-back singles for him. Nice line drive to the pull side right there, but he didn't spin off of it. That's the key. You still have to extend through the baseball in order to hit a line drive like that.
And now the shortstop, Nick Allen. And first offering is fouled off. One out. Runners at first and second. Ground ball left side, could be two. One at second. He's out. Not in time at first. It's a fielder's choice.
Well, an aggressive slide at second base, but it was legal. I like it because you're trying to break up the double play, and it looked like the slide impacted the throw a little bit. Nice job by the base runner.
Back to the leadoff spot in the Braves lineup. Here's Ronald Acuna Jr. at the plate. And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike. Two outs. In the air, left field, down the line. And it hops over the wall for an automatic double as a run scores.
The automatic double kind of feels like enjoying cruise control in your car, Boog. You don't need to keep the pedal down as you cruise into second base. Just no worries in the world. You know what? He put a really good swing on that one.
So now to the plate for Atlanta, Michael Harris II.
Drove it off the wall last time, just missed out on a home run.
Acuna to first. That ends the inning, and they limit the damage. They put 2 on the board, 4 hits, no errors, but 2 are left stranded. We head now to the home half of inning number 3. It's the Braves 7 and the Mets nothing. And welcome back to the ballpark. And here is Ronnie Mauricio.
Well, every pitcher wants run support, and having a lead is nice, but it can be challenging for some pitchers. I think keeping the mindset to attack instead of trying to be too fine and have too much finesse. Go after hitters and get quick outs.
Come on, Ronnie.
And that one misses up and in. And it's 2-0.
2 balls, no strike.
And that one is in for a strike. Good pitch. Right through there for a strike.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Next pitch is outside. That one 95 to finish him off.
He came out of his mechanics there. Typically likes to shoot the ball the other way, but that time a little anxious.
Here's the catcher, Hayden Sanger. Ball 1, no strikes.
Strider out there on the mound for this one, and he's a guy who had a really impressive college career but needed Tommy John surgery while playing for Clemson.
And it's 1-1.
You know, Boog, Strider spent time with a sports psychologist at Clemson while rehabbing from his surgery. They talked a lot about the concept of purpose and the importance of having a defined goal for everything you do. You know, it's something Strider now preaches himself.
Harris hauls it in, 2 away.
Now batting, shortstop, Francisco.
Back to the top of the Mets order.
Lindor.
Here's the Mets leadoff man, Francisco Lindor. He reached out a walk his first time. You talk about elite defensive players, especially in the middle of the diamond, and this guy is at the top of the list. The shortstop takes the ball, and you played behind guys, and they loved having your speed out there defensively. One of the things that we talk about is how much pitchers enjoy having those elite defenders behind them.
Boog, and the one thing about that is speed never goes in a slump, and defense shouldn't either. Hitting wise, you can struggle, you can lose your mechanics, but the thing that you can do consistently every single game is play great defense if you're talented in that way, and this is what this guy does.
Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive.
Now batting, the
Juan
right
Soto
field,
now.
Juan Soto.
Just
Off the plate,
missed.
ball 1.
And Chris, beyond the fact that he's so incredible defensively, he also can swing the stick. He gets there with the slide. Over to first. And that's a nice play to end the inning. Mets leave one, not going their way. It's 7-0. And we're back. Here's Marcell Ozuna.
Love it here at Citi Field. You know, it replaced old Shea Stadium back in 2009, and Chipper Jones was really sad to see it go. It's actually the third home of the Mets since they started out at the Polo Grounds for 2 seasons before Shea was finished.
Ozuna, a former All-Star, a member of the 1,000 hit club, and he's usually in the outfield. Today, he's the DH. Next pitch, a slider that misses outside. And another ball. That one misses. So a leadoff walk.
Second walk of the game for him, and he's been really patient at the plate. A game plan that he's sticking to. He's just not going outside of what he's looking for up there.
Man at first, nobody out. Now the Atlanta cleanup hitter, Matt Olson. 0 for 2 in this one. And that's off the inside edge. Ball 1.
Good fastball there. I think it was a purpose pitch. Just want to make that hitter's feet uncomfortable. And that location will definitely do it.
6 straight outside the strike zone. And there's a breaking ball that drops in there. Ozuna gets his lead at first. Nobody out. Just off the inside edge. Smoke to right center, and this one's gonna go out of here. A gigantic blast. And they add to the lead. It's 9-0. That's their 4th home run of the game.
They can't stop, and they won't stop hitting home runs in this one, Boog. They're clearly feeding off of each other at the dish.
If you hit the ball that far, you know we're going to check the numbers. Let's go back to the nerd herd and StatCast. That was impressive.
Yeah, wow. I mean, they don't hit them much farther than that, Boog. Everything's got to come together to hit a ball like that, and he really showed us something right there.
And here comes the Mets manager to the mound. Pitching change coming. Ryan Stanek gives way, and as he heads for the dugout, we'll take a quick break. New arm on the mound when we get back.
Now pitching for the
Righty
Mets,
reliever out of the pen, Jose
number
Butto.
70.
Well, they need someone to stop the bleed and keep the score right where it is. Seems like a tough task today with the way this lineup is swinging it.
Here's Austin Riley. And that's through there for a strike. Next offering upstairs.
Way to lay off that fastball up right there. You're looking for something you see well that you can handle, but you also have to keep the discipline so that you're not popping up pitches that are just a little too high.
And there's a ball. Nobody out with a pair of runs across in the frame. Top half of inning number 4. That's down and in.
And that's awfully close. I don't know how you take that. He's seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand really well right now.
Goes down swinging for the strikeout. Went back to the fastball, and it was effective.
Now batting, the second baseman.
Here comes Ozzy Albies to the dish. Oh, he doesn't get the call. And that is ball 1.
That's a good pitch there. Really had some run and finished a little up and in just on the edge. And that's one of those, if you swing at it, you hit a broken bat as you jog back to the dugout.
And that's pushed foul off to the left and out of play. Smoked on the ground a second. Tosses to first, and Albies is retired.
Up next for Atlanta, the catcher, Sean Murphy.
And here's the catcher, Sean Murphy, who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. Just missed. Just missed.
Struggled a little bit in this one. Couple of strikeouts earlier, but doing a much better job in this at bat to get ahead and find a good hitter's count at 2-0.
And that is in for a strike. And it's 2-1. And a swing and a miss.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Still 2-2 after the foul ball. And that just misses. 2 out, space is empty. Swing and a ground ball. The throw to first. Out number 3. Braves pick up 2 on the long ball. It's now 9-0. Back after this on the show. This game's a bit of a blowout, Singy. Let's talk about something random.
Let's
do it. All right, Singy, you've tightened up the hairdo, but back when you played, how valuable was it to have a barber in the clubhouse?
Well, Boog, I'm going to say invaluable. That's how valuable that it was, because I was the barber. Yes, I was the team barber, man. I'd be cutting hair 7:05 game. I'd be finishing cutting someone's hair at 6:45.
Whoa.
And I'd ask these guys, you're making millions of dollars. Why can't you go to a stylist and get your hair done? You're coming to the clubhouse pressuring me to cut your hair before a game.
That one misses, and that's ball 3. Do they pay you?
No, absolutely not. Not even a meal on the road. So I think it's great now that most of these teams have professional barbers that come in and make them look fresh before the games.
On the ground, out to short. And that takes care of Alonso. Scale of 1 to 10. How good a barber were you?
For a non-professional, I'd say I was probably a 7. But if I was comparing to professionals, I'd be like a 3.
So now it's the 4-hole hitter, Jose Siri. Struck out swinging his first time. Foul ball there.
I'll never forget the time that I cut Jose Canseco's hair. He had a pretty big melon, Boog. And
big dome?
It took a while.
Yeah.
There's a little pressure there, too, because he had a big date that night, and he wanted me to make sure that everything looked good.
Wow.
Yeah. He's a big guy, too. I didn't want him to hurt me.
Yeah, he's large. See ya. Strikes him out for the second time today.
Now
that pitch wasn't even close to being a strike, and that just goes to show you how defensive hitters can become when they're up against an 0-2 count. You're just hoping for a mistake somewhere near the zone that you can get the bat to, but right there, he was clearly anxious. He was swinging when the ball left the hand.
Marte stands in now and watches strike 1. That one pushed foul. Just misses the mark outside the zone.
His understanding of the strike zone, very impressive. That was a very close 0-2 fastball. I just don't know how you take that.
The next offering misses. Now 2-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And that's 6 Ks for him in this one. Down in order go the Mets. Steep hill to climb. It's a 9-0 deficit. Back Back here in Queens. Now here is Jared Kellner. Buto back to work. And a strike on the outside edge. Stirring in the bullpen for the Mets. Reed Garrett getting ready to go. Just missed.
Ball, that's in.
Swings through that one for strike two.
He's been great in this one. Eye-hand coordination just failed him a little bit right there.
Swings through it for the K. The high heat, too much on that one.
Great location with that two-strike fastball. I tell you what, as a hitter, you're looking to protect the outside part of the plate, stay back on something off speed. So many times, that location with two strikes, you just can't get around on it, and that's a tough one to compete with.
And first offering is fouled off. And that one upstairs, ball one. In the air, right field. Soto hauls it in for the out. 2 down.
The right fielder, number 13, Ronald.
And now it's Ronald Ozuna Jr. Off the plate inside, and that's ball one. And another ball. 2 down, nobody on. And we're at the top of the 5th. Next offering is down low. Michael Harris II waits on deck. Fouled off left side. Now a screamer into the outfield. Reaching for it, makes the catch. 3 up, 3 down for him there. Last half of the 5th coming up. Braves 9 and the Mets nothing. Back here at Citi Field, John Shelby with my buddy Chris Singleton. It's set to get us started. Bottom 5, Brandon Nimmo. Inside, just missed.
Well, these Mets need to bring up the quality of their at-bats and specifically their swings. Just one extra base hit for them, so they haven't exactly been hitting the ball gap to gap or out of the park. That makes it really difficult to generate runs.
Strike on the inside corner. That's outside. It's 2-2. Stays alive. Next offering upstairs. That one misses, so a leadoff walk.
Speaking of walks, did you see anything special during your walk into the ballpark today? I know you like to take in all the surroundings.
I just love interacting with the people. It's just fun to connect. I mean, as I was headed up to the booth, one guy shouted at me, "Make sure to say hi to Kenny." Acuna in the box for the second time. 1 ball, no strikes. Next offering is in for a strike. There's a swing and a miss.
Big time jam right there.
1 ball,
I hate it as
2
a hitter, but standing in center field, you can't help but chuckle a little bit.
Yeah, the 1-2 misses to even the count. And that one is lifted in the air. Under it is Acuna to make the grab. 1 away.
Well, those can be pretty fun as an outfielder. Got to put it into his highest gear and go a long way to track that one down. Nothing better than that. You feel like a wide receiver playing football.
Ronnie Mauricio now. His first at bat was a strikeout. Right through there for a strike.
He's pitching well, but not
0-1
throwing a
the
ton
count.
of first pitch strikes. Usually doesn't work out for success, but you can never predict baseball.
Swing and a miss.
Quickly in an 0-2 count,
0-2
you've got to
the
figure
count.
out a way to shorten your path to the baseball. Put it in play somewhere, then you got a chance.
Battling here as he fouls it away. Nimmo stands at first with 1 out. Swing and a miss, and he got him. And he's up to 7 strikeouts.
Well, when you commit to throwing an inside
Now batting,
fastball to your
catcher,
glove side
Hagan.
across the strike zone, especially with 2
Hagan.
strikes, if you're going to miss, you want to miss off the plate in. You do not want to leave it out over the heart of the plate. So that was excellent execution on that pitch. Really tied him up, and he couldn't get a
0-1.
piece at all.
Sanger batting for the second time, and that's strike 1. Fought off foul. The Braves up big in this one. Last half of inning number 5. Chases the changeup in the dirt. Murphy collects, fires to first, and it's in time for the 3rd out, so that'll end the inning. Mets strand 1, and they're down 9-0. And welcome back to the ballpark. Here's the center fielder, Michael Harris II. Delivers a pitch in for a strike at 95.
Not sure if he was expecting for the pitcher to come right at him, but he got a nice cookie there and just watched it the entire way.
Swing and a drive, deep right field. Ranging back. Grabs it right up against the wall.
Now batting, the designated hitter.
Here comes Ozuna up to the plate. That one outside, and it's 1-0. Action in the Mets bullpen. A.J. Minter, the veteran southpaw, is getting ready to come on if needed. Reed Foley warming up as well. Gets the outside corner with that one. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. That's off the mark. 2-2. Base is empty, 1 away, and we're in the top half of the 6th. Swings and misses. That K is his 3rd of the game.
Well, that's the money maker right
Now
there.
batting,
2
the first
strikes,
baseman.
slider down and away from a same side thrower as the hitter. I mean, that's just tough. You're looking to protect with 2 strikes and very difficult to lay off.
Olsen
Ball one.
at the plate and takes high there.
Ball one, no strikes.
Close
Ball two.
one, doesn't get the call. And now 2-0. Right through there for a strike. That one pushed foul, out of play off to the left. And it remains 2-2. Here's the pitch to Olsen. That one misses. And a full count now. Two down, nobody on. And he walked him. That's a great at bat. He saw a lot of pitches and earned a walk.
One of the things about that 2-out walk, the base runner over at first base is going to have a very aggressive secondary lead. So a ball down the line or into the gap will produce a 2-out RBI, and those are the best. That is, if you are the offensive side of it.
So here's Riley now. And the way he's going in this one, we've been waiting for his spot to come around again.
All right, listen, everyone, stop what you're doing right now. This guy's got 2 home runs already. Now he's going for number 3.
Riley started after it, tried to hold up. Now a look to first, and that's going to be ruled a swing. 2 outs. And there's a foul ball. Outside. Next pitch is outside. In the air to left center. Nimmo sizes this one up, and that is that. One left for Atlanta, but they're still in command. 9-0. And we're back. We go bottom 6. Now up to him, Francisco Lindor. For Lindor, being drafted out of Montverde Academy, he's a guy that's turned into one of the best all-around players in the game. Ball one there.
Counts 1-0.
And that's too high. Check swing, and that's a ball. That one misses.
Inside,
so a
ball
leadoff walk. My partner known for being a touch fantastic.
Right
all right, you walked 130 times.
Oh my goodness.
In your career.
I can't even believe. I win.
130
when did that
times.
happen?
Yeah.
I don't even, seriously, I don't believe that.
Liner snagged it first. Dives for the bag. Got him. Double play.
Now batting, the first baseman, Pete.
2 down, base is empty. And next for the Mets, Pete Alonso. Fastball for a strike at 95.
0-1's the count.
The Mets with a lot of ground to make up here in the bottom of the 6th. And that's downstairs and outside. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2.
And it really looks like these hitters have been in between with their timing today. Good fastball, excellent slider, but they've not been able to commit to one velocity and stay there.
Outside low, full count 3-2. That's ball four. Tried another fastball, but missed the spot.
Gosh, another walk in this one. Man, he is having
Now
some real
batting,
issues
center
with
fielder,
control.
Bullpen.
And stepping in for New York,
Fielder.
Jose Siri.
What do you
Siri
got?
tries to hold up, appeal to first, and he went around according to Darryl Parker. Tap foul at the plate. Tried to check his swing there. Now an appeal to first. Did not go. And that's down and away.
Two walks in the inning already, and he just doesn't seem comfortable out there. Like he can find the right mechanics and then repeat them.
Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout. So another good inning for him on the mound. 6 shutout innings now. Braves 9 and the Mets nothing.
Now pitching from
Welcome
the Mets,
back. We're in the 7th. We have a new
number
pitcher on the
71.
mound. Sean Reed Foley.
Shaw.
And with the big deficit on the scoreboard,
Foley.
he almost has to just put that out of his
Leading
mind.
off for Atlanta,
Every
the second
outing
baseman,
matters for
Ozzy.
relievers and their numbers, but I think it's tough to get up for this type of appearance the same way you would for one in a close game.
Albies in now. Takes ball
1-0.
1 off the plate. Pitch in the dirt, and that's ball 2.
2-0.
Just
Ball 3.
missed.
3 balls, no strikes.
And fires in a fastball at 95. Yeah, that's fouled off. Makes the catch. 1 down.
That swing right there tells me he's
Now
seeing the ball
batting,
pretty well.
catcher,
I know it didn't
Sean
produce a hit, but he made
Murphy.
solid contact, and that's all you're looking to do anytime you're at the plate.
Sean Murphy next up for the Braves. 0 for 3 in this one. Reed Foley goes 6 feet 3 inches, 29 years old, and he was a second-round pick back in 2014. Next offering is fouled back. The Braves up big in this one here in the top half of inning number 7. And
That's a
ball
ball.
1. Swing and a miss, and he is down on strikes for the 3rd straight at bat.
Third time he struck out in this one, and definitely an individual performance you want to flush. He just hasn't looked very comfortable up there. Just one of those days. But when you're still winning the ball game, at least you can focus on doing your part to maintain that lead and getting that W.
Kelnick in the box now. No balls and a strike. Got the bat going too soon. It's strike 2.
No ball.
He finds
2
himself in
strikes.
a tough situation early. Just got to try to simplify it. Take a knock the other way if you can.
Gonna count 1 and 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes the count.
That one
That's
missed.
ball 2. 2-2 the count.
Cut on and missed, and it's a strikeout, and that is the inning. Braves go down quickly here, but they still hold a 9-0 lead. Bottom of the inning. Here's Starling Marte.
Leading up. for
Notice
the
how they're
Mets,
swinging
the
too
designated
early or
hitter,
too late.
Starling.
That's a timing problem. They need to
Marte.
guess right on a few of those pitches, and I mean make an educated guess.
And that one fouled off. And that's
Ball, watch
outside.
out.
And 1-1. Movement in the Atlanta bullpen. Pierce Johnson getting ready to come in for manager Brian Snitker. Bummer, a left-hander, also throwing. And a foul ball. In the dirt, and it's 2-2. And downstairs. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And that K brings him into double digits for the game.
Thought it was a pretty good pitch. Top of the strike zone. We're seeing more fastballs in that location. Hitters, especially with 2 strikes, have to be ready to pull the trigger.
Nimmo in the box here. Lets that one go for a ball.
Tried to backdoor him with that slider right there, but just missed off the plate. Good pitch, though.
And it's through for a hit. And they have their first hit since the 3rd inning. Luis Angel Acuna up now for the Mets. And first offering is fouled off. Got him. Ricky Holiday with the call. Here's the third baseman, Ronnie Mauricio.
Ronnie Mauricio.
And there's the strike.
Just 1 out away from 7 strong innings and just at 100 pitches. Man, pretty impressive. They've got to be happy with what they've gotten from him out there today.
Now fly ball to right center. Acuna after it. Makes the catch. And that is the 3rd out of the inning. We go to the 8th. Now it's the shortstop, Nick Allen.
Allen.
Reed Foley back to work.
Ball, that's
inside. 1-0.
Hey.
Well, it looks like he's wanting to work the upper part of the strike zone. What does that mean? Top hand better be working for the hitters. Adjust that side a little bit. Give yourself a chance to hit.
And that drops in for a strike. And there's a hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
The right fielder, number 13, Ronald.
Here's Acuna now.
Jr.
Not your prototypical leadoff guy. Gets on base, yes, but also some power. He swings and fouls one off. The 0-1. That one almost got him.
Straighten him up a little bit.
Allen aboard here at first with nobody out. Yeah, big swing and a miss.
Well, he went inside a couple of times and now outside. Hitter's not exactly sure where to look for this next pitch.
Hit on the ground, might be 2. Off balance speed, there's 1. Over to Alonso, double play.
Oh man, what a smooth double play. That was a thing of beauty from start to finish.
2 outs, base is empty. Now in for the Braves, Michael Harris the second. That one
Ball
not
one, no
close.
strike.
Ball one. Just missed. Foul ball. This one in the air. Sanger should have this one. Squeezes it, and that is that. No runs, one hit, no errors, and no one left. Last half of the eighth coming up. Braves 9 and the Mets nothing.
Pitching for the
Pierce
Braves.
Johnson will take over here.
Number 38.
And he's got a nice lead to work with,
Pierce
so he should come in throwing
Johnson.
strikes, attacking these hitters.
Now, Hayden
Leading up
Sanger.
for the Mets, the catcher, Hayden Sanger.
And that clips the inside corner. Now a pop-up on the infield. Olsen puts it away for the out. And there's one down.
Now batting, the shortstop, Francisco
And now it's
Lindor.
Frankie Lindor. This guy is one of the best athletes in the sport. And a foul ball. That one
One ball,
way
one strike.
inside. One down, base is empty. That one pushed to the left and foul. Johnson fires. Line drive, and that's a fair ball. Around first and hustling for second. In safely. It's a double, and his second hit. And now it's Juan Soto. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter. One out and a runner at second. And there's a rocket into the outfield. The run comes in from second, and they're on the board, but lots of ground to make up. Not in time, it's a double.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. When you connect and it jumps off your bat like that, you're thinking double at the very least. What a great swing on it, and man, he wasn't fooled at all.
Man at second with one away. Now here is Pete Alonso. And there's the ball.
Counts 1-0.
One out and a runner at second here in the bottom half of the eighth inning. And another ball.
No
He's
strike.
getting a little frustrated out there on the mound, getting hit around a little bit. Let's see if he can settle himself down.
Swing and a high fly ball deep left field. Going back on this one. Pulls it in on the warning track.
Just pulled off of it a little bit right there. That
Now
front
batting,
shoulder coming
center
open
fielder,
instead of staying closed. If he does that, he's going to be able to go up the middle the other way with some authority instead of a fly out to left.
Siri in the box with 2 gone and takes a look at a called strike. Soto at second with 2 down.
Ball. I got a ball, 1 strike.
So a foul ball makes it 1-2. And a swing and a miss. Beat him with a fastball. So they pick up a run on 2 hits. No errors and a man left. Through 8 full. Braves 9 and the Mets 1. New inning getting started. And now the DH, Ozuna. Outside corner, there's a strike. Up the middle. Sends it to first. Now 1 gone in the 9th.
Now batting, the first baseman, Matt.
And the batter now, Matt Olson. He's already homered in this game. Swing and a high fly ball, well struck. Back there. Onto the track, and he makes the catch.
Up next for Atlanta, the third baseman, Austin.
Now into the ball game on defense, Jose Siri. He'll be patrolling center field. All right, ready to get underway. So now to the plate for Atlanta, Ronald Ozuna Jr. That one the other way, and it stays fair. Now he turns and heads for second. The throw in, not in time. That's a leadoff double.
Well, clearly he was ready to hit right there. He really shot that one down the right field line and somehow found a way to keep it from slicing foul. One thing that was great about the approach, his head was down all the way through the pitch, and that's how you do it.
Next to hit, Michael Harris the second. In the air, left field, down the line. Nimmo running hard to get it. And he can't quite get there. It's a foul ball. Man at second. On the ground, right side. He'll do it himself. 1 out in the top of the first. Here's the Atlanta Braves lineup. And it's clear the most important job they have today is getting to the starting pitcher early and often.
No doubt about that. That's the best way to disrupt a game. But can they do it? Certainly something for us to pay attention to in this one, partner.
Here's Ozuna.
The goal is to give your teammate a chance to score from third. There's a few ways he can get it done, but his best chance is to drive one in the air. Look for the right pitch up and then smoke it.
Inside, and it hit him.
That ball got him right there.
Well, definitely a breakdown in his mechanics on that one. He just lost the handle and ended up way off target.
Here is Matt Olson. First pitch misses. On a line. Siri tracks it down for the out. And they'll score first. It's 1-0.
Well, he hit that one pretty well. I think it would have been a lot more than a sac fly if not for that nice play by the outfielder to track it down. Good job of getting the run in.
Here comes Austin Riley. Riley, multi-time All-Star, 27 years old, a former first-round pick back in 2015. Ripped on a line, and that'll do it. So a run on 1 hit, no errors, and a man left. On to the bottom of the first. It's the Braves 1, and the Mets coming to bat. Back here with my pal Singy. Now the starting pitcher in this one, Spencer Strider. What do we need to know here?
Try to stay back for that power changeup. Speed differential between the fastball and the changeup is huge. Hitters, they have a hard time staying back.
We go to the bottom of the first. Stepping in is the switch hitting shortstop, Francisco Lindor. First offering, and it just misses. Lindor was born in Puerto Rico, but actually played his high school ball in Florida. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. Over to first. One up, one down.
Batting second.
And let's take a look at the lineup. Already trailing by a run in this one. They'll be looking to get on the scoreboard early on as well.
Well, it's just the one run, so not too big a hill to climb. But, yeah, if they can answer back in this inning or at least in the next couple, that'll maybe settle everyone into this ball game, and that includes their own starter on the mound.
Juan Soto, the next to hit, takes outside. Swing and a miss, chased it out of the zone.
Well, there's a certain point where you have to commit to what you think you see, and he guessed wrong right there. Nasty slider with just terrific bite at the end.
So a foul ball makes it 1-2. One out, bases empty. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Got him looking. Called strike three and a fastball up in the zone.
Well, just couldn't pull the trigger on the fastball right there, and I don't think he was taking it, thinking it might be a called ball or anything. I just think he was flat out frozen. Did not expect that location, in my opinion.
Here's Pete Alonso. And he swings and lifts one to deep center field. And that one is off the batter's eye. Wow, out of here. That'll fire up the dugout. It's 1-1. That was blasted.
Absolutely, no doubt off the bat. Power versus power right there, like two locomotives colliding. Who's going to win? Well, a really good job there by the hitter, getting the top hand working. Powers that fastball out of here.
Jose Siri up now for the Mets. Entered the game on defense, so this is his first trip to the plate in this one. Pop foul out of play off to the right.
Ball game is still tied. They can get out of this inning with a tie game.
Pitch misses there, and it's a ball and a strike. On the ground, right side. Throw on to Olsen, and the inning is over. The Mets do pick up a run on this solo blast. All even now at 1-1. Back here in Queens, second inning, set to go. Now it's the second baseman, Ozzie Albies. Montas back to work. Outside, and that's ball one. Nowadays, with advanced metrics and increased use of moving the infielders around, defense isn't necessarily about making errors. Are you able to get to the ball? Are you able to position fielders where guys hit the ball? Oh, this one high and deep, way back there. Bangs off the wall. And that's a leadoff double.
He was all over that one. I don't know how he's able to shoot that pitch the other way and still put something on it. That pitch was inside, and he let it get really deep. So pretty incredible hands to fight it off and still get good wood on it.
Runner in scoring position, no outs. Here's Sean Murphy. Swing and a ball drilled center field. Siri sizing this one up and makes the grab. Runner tags at second. He makes it to third. Good base running to move up with only one out.
Batting eight, The left fielder, number 24, Jared.
Here's
Kelnick.
Jared Kelnick.
You have to stay disciplined in these at-bats. Try not to chase. A strikeout here is the last thing you want.
There's a strike. Albies stands at third with one gone in the inning. Ripped on the ground to second. Tosses to first. There for the out. Runner scores from third.
Fastball groove right down the middle. Usually a lot of damage done with that pitch. A hard grounder, but he wanted to get that ball in the air, maybe drive it into the gap.
Here's the shortstop at the plate, Nick Allen. Swinging a foul straight back. Two down, nobody on.
Ball. One ball, one strike.
Foul ball there. Two out, space is empty. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Close one. Doesn't get the call. 2-2.
Evidently not too impressed with that call, and it feels like he got squeezed on the outside corner, so he's making his case. You've got to be careful to pick your spots in terms of showing your frustration with the umpire, and he felt this was his time.
And that skips in the dirt. Draws the walk there.
Take your base.
What a battle. It's not always easy laying off a 3-2 pitch, and I tell you what, he earned that walk.
Ronald Acuna Jr. is up. He's someone who grew up playing baseball with his friends. Singy, his school is next door to the only baseball field in his hometown.
Yeah, that made it easy to jump the fence and play games.
Lays out, but he can't squeeze it to first, and he beats it. Everyone's safe.
Wasting no time. He's 2 for 2 now on the night, and just a triple and home run away from the cycle.
Seriously, we're starting with this already. Michael Harris II next up for the Braves. In the air to left down the line. Nimmo makes the play, and that is that. One run in the inning, but they leave two. Now to the bottom of the second. It's the Braves 2 and the Mets 1. Back here at Citi Field, ready to go for the last half of the inning. Starling Marte up to hit.
Marte.
Fouled off left side. And here it comes.
Ball.
Ricky Holiday, our umpire behind the dish, known as pretty fair umpire for both hitters and pitchers.
Yeah, I think that's right, Boog. There is a little inconsistency on the corners of the plate. You can't always be sure how it's going to go with those borderline pitches as the game progresses.
And a strike.
That front door slider is such a devastating pitch. You don't want to get beat by the inside fastball, so you cheat a little bit, and then by the time it gets there, it's out of the swing plane.
Next one misses. 2-2. Struck him out looking.
Batting 6.
There's
left
Brandon
fielder,
Nimmo.
Brandon Nimmo.
That one finds the zone, and that is strike one. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Well, take a look at the 3-pitch sequence here. Pretty simple in terms of putting them away at the plate. Once you're ahead 0-2 as a pitcher, you can really expand the zone and see how aggressive that hitter is going to be trying to protect and battle. And right there, clearly he was in swing mode, but all you can do is hope to foul that off.
So up next for New York, Luis Angel Acuna. And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike. Just missed. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Strider deals. Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts. Nothing doing for the Mets. They're down 2-1. Top half of the third inning, and now it's the Braves DH, Marcell Ozuna. And that one sliced foul. Here's the pitch to Ozuna. There's a swing and a drive. Siri going back on it, and that is gone. He made him pay for that one. It's 3-1.
Took on the big part of the yard for that home run and just barely got it over the wall. I thought for a second he brought it back out there too. He gave it a great effort, but you know, those plays are so tough to pull off, and I'm sure he'd love to have another shot at it.
Matt Olson up to the plate. Swinging a foul straight back.
You know, these Braves doing a good job of simply getting the bat on the ball in this game, and the numbers back that up. It's tough to remember the times they've actually swung and missed at a pitch because it really hasn't happened. They've made contact on nearly 100% of their swings.
Tried to hold up on the 0-2. Now a look down to third, and he held back, according to Dave Lawrence. Foul ball, still a 1-2 count.
Always exciting to see a leadoff home run in an inning. Kind of gets the offense fired up, and you start to expect a big inning.
That misses the zone. Ball 2. Hit on the ground to the right side. Throws to first in time. 1 away. That ground ball may have him back on track after the homer. Austin Riley at the plate. He's 0 for 1. And misses inside. Next offering is in for a strike. Towards first, Alonso. And he handles it himself for the out.
The batter number 1, second baseman, Ozzy Albies.
2 down, bases empty. Ozzy Albies next up for the Braves. Doubled his first time. And that's way high. And that is ball 1. That one fouled off. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. 2 down, bases empty, but 1 run across. We're here in the top half of inning number 3. Runs it up to 96 to record the punch out. 1 scores in the inning coming on this solo home run. It's now a 3-1 ball game. You're dialed into the show. And welcome back to the ballpark. Set for the bottom of the 3rd, and stepping in for New York, Ronnie Mauricio. The wind of the pitch. That clips the inside corner for a strike.
0-1's the count.
That's inside.
That's inside.
Popped in the air, left field, and there's 1 away. And here's the rookie catcher, Hayden Sanger. First pitch just misses. Right side, Ozuna after it. And there are 2 outs.
Now batting, the shortstop, Francisco.
So the batting order turns over.
Lindor.
Francisco Lindor, the next to hit. 0 for 1 so far.
Come on, Francisco.
Delivers a pitch in for a strike at 95. And that one wrapped foul.
It's a tough pitch, but in terms of the best pitch you're going to get to hit in the at-bat, that fastball was down enough where you're going to catch up to 1. That's the one. When he elevates, guys aren't touching it.
Some heat there at 98 miles an hour. Nothing doing for the offense that time. 3 innings complete. It's the Braves 3 and the Mets 1. And we're back. John Shambi with Chris Singleton, and set to lead off the 4th, Sean Murphy.
Come on, New York. Let's go, Nat.
And that is out of play. Murphy, a former Gold Glove winner, 30 years old now, and he was a 3rd-round pick back in 2016. Swing and a ground ball base hit right field. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
Now batting, left fielder, Jared Kellner.
Jared Kellner, next up for the Braves. Off the mark there, and that's ball 1. Murphy on at first, nobody out. Just missed.
Just out.
And that's
Ball
downstairs. 3. And the count is 3-1.
3 balls, 1 strike.
And ball 4, 2 aboard.
Base knock and now a free pass. This has the makings of a big inning if they can get a couple more quality at bats.
First and second, no outs. Nick Allen next up for the Braves. Walked his first time. The shortstop takes the ball.
The only adjustment he needs to make is his target. If you aim at the outside corner, that slider's going to end up way off the plate. Perhaps look a little more down the middle, and you get it right where you want it.
Late swing fouled off.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
On the outside corner, got him looking. And here is Ronald Acuna Jr. First pitch, and that's in for a strike.
He must have been looking for something else because he gave up on that pitch a little early. It was right down Main Street. Probably not going to see a better pitch to hit in this at-bat.
On the ground to first, could be two. Alonso toss to second, return throw to first, got him, double play, and that'll do it. So one hit is all they get. On now to the bottom of the fourth. It's the Braves 3 and the Mets 1. Back here in Queens, bottom of the fourth, and now the right fielder, Juan Soto. He's a guy who does it all. With the lack of contact in today's game, this guy hits for contact, so he delivers average, but there's on-base and slugging too. Pitch misses, ball one.
Early in the count, you have to be real careful because of that power, but then if this hitter gets a strike or two on him, he's still very comfortable. And because he has the ability to get the barrel to the baseball, he's a threat deep into the count as well.
Ball 3. 3-0.
Fastball in the inside corner for a strike.
Well, these Mets just lacking discipline at the plate in this ball game. They're chasing a lot of pitches outside the zone, and those chases that are turning into a bunch of outs. Can they turn that around and stay within the zone? We'll see, but I think they have to.
First
and next for the Mets, Pete Alonso. He's already homered here in this one. In the air, center field. Hauls it in, and there's one away.
Up next for the Mets, the center fielder, Jose
Siri up now for the Mets. Rolled out to second in his first at bat. Fought off foul. Curveball over for a called strike.
Oh, and you can throw that big curve on the inside part of the plate. Very difficult pitch for the hitter to get on plane with. You can have a lot of success if you can pitch in that location.
Outside low. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count.
Well, he might have to look for a different put away pitch right here 2-2. He's already seen the curveball a couple of times in this at bat, so might have it timed up and ready for it.
Swung on, belted. That one is back. Out of here. And we're level. It's 3-3.
This game is breathing new life thanks to that home run, and that's exactly what they needed. When you have a team that hits home runs at such a high rate, they can get back in the ball game so quickly. That's why that leadoff walk was extremely costly.
Here's Starling Marte. First pitch doesn't find the zone. Fouled off. He was late. Falling behind 2-1. Still only 1 out here in the inning. And that's a little bit high. Ball 3.
3 balls, 1 strike.
And that one fouled off. Swings through that, and it's a strikeout. So he picks up his 6th strikeout of the ball game.
He's locked in at the plate when he's using the whole field. He was out in front there. Just needs to let the ball travel a little more. His timing will be back on track. Good pitch for the strikeout.
Now the left fielder, Brandon Nimmo. Went down on strikes his first time through. Sharp grounder, that's through for a base hit. So he gets on base and keeps it going.
Everything came together for him. Really good swing right there. He got a pitch that he knew he could handle, allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer, and he hit the ball on the screws.
Digging in, Luis Angel Acuna. Strider checks over to first, and he's back. Just off the inside edge. Two gone, but the go-ahead run is at first. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. That clips the corner. Runner on the go. Pitch is high. Throw there. Save. That one to first. Oh, nice play. And he just beats him to the bag. What a play.
Excellent stop right there. He wants to take it himself, waves the pitcher off, and continues to run into the dugout.
Back here at Citi Field, ready now for the 5th inning. Now in for the Braves, Michael Harris II. Montas back to work. That one's in there, and that's strike 1.
You know, these Braves doing a good job of putting the ball into play, and that makes things more challenging on the defensive side. The numbers tell us they're averaging more than a hit every inning, and they've only struck out twice, so they keep finding ways to put their bat on the ball.
And next is the designated hitter, Ozuna. He's already homered in this game. That misses the zone. 1-0. Nobody out. Runner at first. That one missed.
2-0.
The next pitch misses, and now 3-1.
He really committed to that fastball up at the top of the zone. He knows that if he makes a mistake in the zone, it gets hit hard by a power guy like this. That's a nice miss right there.
And a 3-1 on the way. That one is absolutely belted. That's going back. Back some more. And out of here. Another homer. He's done it again. His 2nd homer of the game. And now they're out in front. It's 5-3.
A good hitter gets pitch recognition early. He saw exactly where that was going to be. The challenge, not get over anxious and come out of your swing. He stayed on it and got all of it.
And here comes the Mets manager to the mound. Pitching change coming. Montas is done in this one. 2-run ball game as he heads for the dugout, and we'll be back with a new pitcher.
Now pitching
The
for
new
the
pitcher in the
Mets,
game, Jose Butto.
number 70.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
Here's Here's Matt Olson. Infielder shifted to the right. Shortstop just to the left of second. And first offering is fouled off. Buto, a very difficult guy to get hits off of. It's really rare for teams to string stuff together against him.
He wins every pitch, and for a hitter, sometimes a victory is just fouling off one of his pitches.
Swings through that one.
Unless he beats himself, somehow can't find it, doesn't have the control command that day, you can pretty much forget about it.
As a hitter, there's even more pressure to take advantage of any mistake, right?
Yeah, and you're hoping that, somehow, some way, whether it's a hit by pitch, a walk, something bad happens, because outside of that, his stuff is just too good to fail. That one called just inside, I think, and on the mound, he's trying to get a little bit of an explanation. Doesn't seem to be too bothered by it, though, but he clearly thought it clipped the corner.
Couldn't catch up to the heater.
Man, I really like the ability to bounce back right there after not getting a call he probably should have gotten. He didn't let it affect his focus, and he came back with another good pitch to get him swinging.
Riley batting with one down, takes a strike. Stirring in the bullpen for the Mets. Reed Garrett getting loose out there. Minter also throwing.
And he's got deception in his delivery, and it's not that he's trying to deceive the hitters. He just has this natural flow that makes it hard for hitters to pick the ball up. It gets on them a little bit quicker than they anticipate, even though they know what the velocity numbers are.
Swing and a miss. And he's down on strikes. Back-to-back strikeouts.
Well, that at-bat seemed to be over as soon as it started. Three-pitch strikeout. You've got to be better at the plate right there, at least to foul something off, extend that at-bat.
2 outs, base is empty. Here is Ozzy Albies up to hit. First pitch misses.
Counts 1-0.
Swing and a pop-off in foul ground. Mauricio on the move. Makes the catch, inning over. Braves pick up 2 on the long ball. It's now a 5-3 ball game. You're watching Major League Baseball exclusively on the show. And welcome back to the ballpark. Now the third baseman, Ronnie Mauricio.
Mauricio.
Ball one there.
That's a good pitch there. Really had some run and finished a little up and in just on the edge. And that's one of those, if you swing at it, he had a broken bat as you jog back to the dugout.
Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Next pitch is downstairs.
Recognize that changeup right out of the hand. Just spit on it.
To the right side, Olson, and they tag him out.
Now batting, the catcher, Hayden.
And now the catcher comes up to him. Hayden Sanger flied to right his first time. Fastball for a strike. Popped up. Olson under it. Brings it in. That's out number 2.
That hanging breaking ball looks so juicy to the hitter, and nothing more
Francisco.
frustrating when you miss that pitch and you pop out. He's going to have to think about that till his next at bat.
Back to the top of the lineup. Here's Francisco Lindor. 0 for 2 in this one. And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike.
Well, I think the key, if he can get through one more inning, anything after that, a hitter or 2 is bonus, but they should be lined up good enough to get to the finish line.
2 outs. The shortstop takes the ball.
He's great hitting the ball the other way, and that pitch did a good job to straighten him up a bit. Mission accomplished.
Down and in, moved his feet.
Full count.
Juan Soto hoping for a chance. He would represent the tying run.
Yeah, Boog, plenty of power in that bat. They'd love to give him a shot here.
Fights it off. He'll see another. Good plate appearance there. Able to take the walk.
Well, he tried to nibble right there and just missed his spot. Hitter didn't offer at it. Now he has somebody to worry about over at first.
So a man at first. Here's Juan Soto. He is struck out and he is walked.
You have to be careful throwing him breaking pitches, even in an 0-0 count. He loves going after the off-speed stuff, and he's really good at hitting it.
This one chopped on the ground, but foul. Lindor off of first with 2 away. That misses the zone, and the count is 1-1. Lindor on the move. Strike in there. Throw to second, and he's safe.
Having a good lead is so key when you're stealing bases, even if you've got great speed. But if you don't have great speed, but can get an extended lead and a good jump, you can steal bases on a catcher who can really throw it. That's a nice job right there.
Got him swinging. Mets leave one. Still a 2-run deficit. It's 5-3. All right, we go to the top half of inning number 6. And the batter now, Sean Murphy. And first offering is fouled off. That one's upstairs, ball 1. Action in the Mets bullpen. Sean Reed Foley up and throwing. The 1-2. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout. Jared Kelnick next up for the Braves.
Jared Kelnick.
Just missed.
1-0.
And a 1-1. And it's fouled away. Base is empty, 1 away, and we're in the top half of the 6th. Upstairs.
That pitch is up.
Cut on and miss, struck him out. Make it 4 strikeouts for him on the bump today.
Thought it was a pretty good pitch. Top
Now
of the
batting,
strike zone. We're seeing more fastballs in that location. Hitters, especially with 2 strikes, have to be ready to pull the trigger.
Allen in the box again, takes a strike.
Wow, that's 89 on the gun, and it's a changeup. It's like good hitting if you're looking for it, but because of the speed differential between the fastball and that pitch, really hard for a hitter to get on time with it.
Misses inside. 2-1. Swings and misses at the pitch off the plate.
Well, when those hitters count, sometimes can be a little too aggressive, and a good pitcher will play off of that. He's got to get a better pitch to hit.
Fouled off, and they'll do it again.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
And that one upstairs. Ronald Acuna Jr. getting on deck circle. Two down, nobody on. To the right side, Ozuna throws to first, and it's a 1-2-3 inning. Offense held in check there. Heart of the order, 3-4-5 coming up. It's the Braves 5 and the Mets 3.
Leading up.
So up next for New York,
Pete
Pete Alonso. He had a big swing for these guys way back in the first inning.
Yeah, Boog, he didn't waste any time in this one. The solo shot really got his team going, and he's looking for more right here.
And the first offering a fastball for a strike.
0-1.
And there's a foul ball.
A healthy cut, tough pitch at 98, but a really good pass at the ball.
Got him. Strikeout number 8.
Well, clearly just anxious right there, and
Now
understandably
that's
so.
center
No 2
fielder,
count. You feel like
Bullpen.
you've got a lot of plate to cover,
Bullpen.
and you don't want to strike out, and you end up striking out. That's just one of those pitches where it's not over the plate, but because you committed to it as it was leaving his hand, by the time you realized it wasn't going to be in the zone, it's too late to hold up your swing.
Swing, and that's ripped towards right center. Harris snags it for the second out.
The batter, number 6.
So digging
Designated
in,
hitter,
Starling Marte,
Starling.
who's 0 for 2 with a pair of
Marte.
strikeouts. And ball 1. 2 down, nobody on. Here in the bottom of the 6th. There's a strike.
1-1.
And that's a strike.
Man, this guy's got a great feel for his breaking ball today.
Spoils a 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. And that one is in the dirt. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And that one is inside. Brandon Nimmo up next for the Mets. Three and 2. The pitch is outside, and ball 4.
It feels to me like his time on the mound is running short, starting to show some signs of fatigue. So we'll see how much longer they let him go.
Nimmo stands in here, takes ball 1 low. Activity in the bullpen. Daysbel Hernandez getting ready to come in for manager Brian Snitker. Lee, the lefty, warming up as well. Two balls, no strikes to count.
Well, with the amount of pitches that can end up in the dirt, a good secondary lead doesn't have to get away from the catcher, but if you're anticipating based off the trajectory, get yourself into scoring position.
2 outs. Here's a high fly ball out to center. Harris has a beat on it. He's there. He's got it. And the inning is over. Mets strand 1. They're still down 5-3.
Now pitching for
Welcome back. We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound.
71.
Sean Reed-Foley.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
So back to the top of the order. Now it's the right fielder, Ronald Ozuna Jr.
Ozuna Jr.
And the first pitch misses for ball 1. Reed-Foley, a 6'3" righty. He features a 4-seam fastball, a changeup, and he works in a slider. Up the middle. And Ozuna retired.
The batter, the center fielder, Michael Harris.
Michael Harris the second digs in now. Swing and a ground ball towards first, but foul. Missed with a changeup, and the count even 1-1.
1 strike.
Yeah, that's fouled off. One down, base is empty.
That's
and
it.
There's a ball.
Ball 2.
Next offering is down low. 3-2 now.
He should get a pretty good pitch to hit here with the 3-hole hitter coming up if he's walked.
Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
I'm not sure that was the exact location the pitcher wanted, but it worked. He got the swing and miss, and I'm sure a bit of sigh of relief after seeing that one go through the zone.
So here's the Braves designated hitter, Ozuna. He's already homered twice, the last one back in the 5th.
Just seems like he can't miss right now, seeing the baseball as well as anyone on the field. Now, I know the odds are against him, but who's going to bet against this guy right now?
Liner to second and picked on the hop. Throw to first, and very nicely done for the out. Down in order go the Braves, and it remains 5-3.
Now pitching for the
We're
Braves.
back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom
Number
of the 7th.
62.
Daysbel Hernandez.
Diesbel
These are the spots
Hernandez.
relievers really make a name for themselves, late and close. There's not much margin for error, but at the same time, there's a reason they're put in these situations.
Leading up.
And stepping in for New York, Luis Angel Ozuna.
Ozuna.
Fastball for a strike.
No need to offer at that pitch until you get to 2 strikes. It's just a low percentage of success when you want to try to go after that down and away pitch.
The 0-2. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. Swings and misses. It's a strikeout. Went back to the fastball, and it was effective. A big first out here in the 7th. Feel the punch out.
Yeah, it just does so much to change the outlook of an important inning like this. I mean, you got the leadoff hitter, so critical in setting the table when you got a tight game like this. So a strikeout really puts them on their heels.
Here's the third baseman, Ronnie Mauricio. Delivers a pitch in for a strike at 95.
0-1's the count.
Swing and a high fly ball left field. Hauls it in, and there's 2 away.
Now batting, catcher Hayden.
Here's the catcher, Hayden Sanger. Just
Outside, that's a ball.
missed. The Braves up by 2 here at the bottom of the 7th. Next offering is downstairs.
If you're the pitcher, you've got to go right at this guy. It's the number 9 hitter in the lineup. You can't be afraid of contact in this situation.
And that drops in for a strike.
Nasty 2-0 slider there for a strike. That tells you he's got a lot of confidence in that pitch.
Strike 2. And a breaking ball misses misses outside. Francisco Lindor waiting in the on-deck circle.
They can get him up. He'd represent the tying run, so critical pitch right here.
Drilled out towards left center field. That's back. Going, gone. That one felt good. It's 5-4. That one just sounded different.
And might have been the loudest moment yet. Man, my ears are ringing. I could feel that swing from the booth. Knew what pitch he wanted to hit. Spent on some other pitches in this at-bat. Was very patient, and it paid off.
2 outs, nobody on. Francisco Lindor comes up to the plate. Swing and a ground ball to the middle. That's a base hit. And that puts the tying run on base.
Didn't take long to get a result for that at bat. He wasn't able to elevate it, but he put a great swing on it. Right on time, good balanced approach, and just blasted it through the infield.
Here comes the skipper out of the dugout, and he's ready to make the move. Daysbel Hernandez will depart, and he leaves in a 1-run game. New pitcher coming on. We'll be back in a minute.
Now pitching for
new pitcher for the Braves, Dylan Lee.
Number 52.
Well, the best relievers love the opportunity to come in and protect a tight lead late in the ball game. Some of them are just wired different, so we'll see what he's got here.
Runner at first with 2 away. Now the number 2 hitter, Juan Soto. A walk and a pair of strikeouts. Just missed.
Go with the tying run at first base. He's looking for something he can get a lot of barrel on. Drive it into a gap and score that run from first base.
Gets him to chase after that one.
If you're a base runner, you've got to stay dialed in here. Look for anything in the dirt. Try your best to get into scoring position.
Puts it in the air out towards left center. He's got it, and that's the inning. Mets do get one back, though, on the solo homer. It's now a 5-4 ball game. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show. And we're back at the plate. Matt Olson. Reed Foley back to work. Got it started a little too early. Strike one. Action in the pen down there. Dedniel Nunez, the young right-hander, up and throwing. Young also getting ready. That one missing inside. Outside low, and a count now even up. And that's in the dirt. Out towards right center. That's well struck. Makes the grab on a leaping play at the wall.
Well, he just took one away from one of the best in the league. It's not going to happen very often, but when you get the opportunity, better make the play, and he did right there.
Here is Austin Riley. 0 for 3 in this one. Up the middle, and that one finds its way through.
Man, those are the types of hits where you don't feel any vibration in your hands whatsoever. Such a good feeling. Couldn't get any air under it, but he smoked that ball back up the middle. Timing was just perfect. Got great wood on it, and there was just no chance for the infielders with how hard he hit it.
On the ground, a second, might be two. There's one. He's out. Over to Alonso for the inning-ending double play. No runs, one hit, no errors, and no one left. Last half of the 8th coming up. It's the Braves 5 and the Mets 4.
Pitching for
Pierce Johnson on to pitch out of the pen here.
Number 38.
3, 4, 5 due up for the home team. And stepping in for New York, Pete Alonso. Right through there for a strike. Check swing. Now we'll look down to first. No, he held up. Looking to get the tying run on base.
Ball 2. 2-1.
And that one clips the corner. That just misses. Counts full, 3-2.
Definitely got the hitter conscious of the pitch inside. Really think the outer half is open.
Foul ball, and it remains a full count. On the ground. In plenty of time to first, and that's one away as the leadoff man is out in the 8th.
Siri.
Jose Siri will hit next.
A lot of times you're looking for a guy to get that tying run on base, but because of the power, you want him to tie up the game with one swing here.
And that skips into dirt. That clips the corner. Holding on to a 1-run lead here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. Ripped to right. And a base hit.
Always feels amazing getting a job done when the team needs you to come through. It's just bigger than your own individual stats. Nice job of driving that pitch the other way on a line. You know, hitters, they take so many reps in the cages working on going to the opposite field, and it doesn't always translate into the game, but right there it did.
Runner on the go. Ball misses. Safe in second, and that was not close. And the tying run is now in scoring position. Check swing, called strike.
As a pitcher, you know the runner on second is ready to push things with this speed. A base hit's probably going to be a big run, so you really have to execute on the mound.
Ball 2.
In the dirt, and the runner holds. 1-run game, 1 out, 1 on. Swing and a miss, and now 2-2.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
On the ground to the left. Riley fires to first. Marte retired.
Well, there's a lot riding on that at bat right there. Nice job of the pitcher to bear down, make the pitch, get the ground ball. Excellent piece of work.
Here comes the manager out of the Braves dugout, and he will make a move to the pen. Pierce Johnson won't go any further, and he's responsible for the runner on second, so the book isn't closed on him yet. We'll be right back.
Now pitching for
They turn
Atlanta.
things over to the southpaw,
Number
Aaron
49.
Bummer.
Pretty big spot he's coming into, trying to strand that runner at second base. So he's going to need to make some quality pitches. He does have first open if he needs to use it.
So up next, Brandon Nimmo, 1 for 3.
You know, this is kind of a tough matchup as a left-handed hitter facing a left-handed pitcher. What you tell yourself is, I want to stay square to the plate, try to hit the ball over the shortstop's head.
Out to short. Throw on to Olsen. And the lefty reliever does his job. Just one pitch to get the inning-ending ground out. The Braves' pen comes through in fine fashion. 9th inning coming up. It's the Braves 5 and the Mets 4. We're back. It's the top of the 9th. And there's a new pitcher on the mound. Dedniel Nunez. He has a great slider with tons of movement.
Number 72. Dedniel.
Now it's the Atlanta catcher, Sean Murphy.
Leading off for Atlanta, the catcher, Sean Murphy.
That one outside, and it's 1-0. Meanwhile, activity in the bullpen. A.J. Minter, the left-hander, up and throwing. Garrett getting cranked up as well. And that misses. 2 balls, no strikes.
2-0.
There's a strike. That's down and in.
1 strike.
That one misses. So a leadoff walk.
Close pitch there, but you got to forget about that call if you're out on the mound. You can't let it affect you going forward. You've got to get out of the inning first, and then if you want to be frustrated, take it out in the dugout.
Kelnick now in the box, comes up empty with a swing there.
There it was, a high velocity fastball in the zone. I think a little frustration from walking the previous hitter. He's got good stuff. Pitch inside the zone and trust it.
0-1.
Crowd locked in right now. 1-run game here in the 9th. Swing and a liner foul off to the right. Got him looking. And a strikeout for the first out here in the 9th.
Well, I'm not really sure why he let that one go by. I mean, out of the hand, it had a lot of the strike zone. Sure, it had some good arm side run at the end to move to the outside part of the plate. But with 2 strikes, you got to be ready to swing it there, and you can't leave it in the umpire's hands.
So digging in, Nick Allen. First pitch, and he just misses. 1-run game here in the top of the 9th. Next pitch misses, and that's ball 2.
2 balls, no strikes.
Bounding ball here, rolls foul. 2-1 now. Tapped at the plate, but it's a foul ball. Swing and a miss for the strikeout. Well done behind the dish.
That's that classic wipeout slider below the zone right there. Just nasty. Looks like a fastball thigh high that you got to protect the zone, and then it's just that late break that fools you and kind of makes you look silly.
And here is Ronald Acuna Jr. Swing and a miss. It's 0-1.
0-1.
Ball one there.
Two balls, one
In the
strike.
dirt, blocked. Murphy leads off first with 2 down to the inning. That one
That's
close,
3.
ruled a ball. 3-1 now. And a swing and a miss.
3-2, 2 out, runner on first. A lot of movement in the infield. Hitter's got to stay focused on the pitch.
Foul. We'll see another payoff pitch. Swings and misses, struck him out. So no runs in the inning despite the leadoff walk, and that does it. Bottom part of the order, 7-8-9, 2 up in inning number 9. It's the Braves 5 and the Mets 4. We're back, and on the mound is the closer, Raisel Iglesias.
Now pitching
I think
for
closer
Atlanta.
has to be one of the toughest
Number
jobs in
26.
baseball, and we see a pretty high turnover rate because of it.
Iglesias.
Every outing seems to be high pressure, this one included. We'll see if he can wrap up the win and get himself a
Leading
save.
up for the Mets,
Here's the second
the second
baseman, Luis Angel Acuna. 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts and a ground out. Swing and a miss. And it's 0-1.
Trying to keep good speed off the bases.
Ball inside.
That one
Nope,
missed.
that's the ball.
Home plate umpires trying to tighten things up a little bit.
One-run game, bottom 9.
Aye.
Got him looking. That's a strikeout.
Well, the first batter, it's always a big one for
Now
the closer.
batting,
I mean, you
third
get that
baseman,
punch out, you
Robbie.
get settled in, you feel like you're in command out
Mauricio.
there on the mound from the jump, and kind of prevents any doubt from creeping into your mind or the fielders that are playing behind you that, you know, you're going to wrap this thing up.
Mauricio in the box now. Takes strike 1. A 1-run lead. And the home team trying to pull it out. Off the mark there. And now it's even 1-1.
He's gone off speed. He needs to elevate here with 2 strikes out of the zone.
Fouls it off. Still 1-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Only 1 out remaining for the Mets.
This is definitely what a team likes to
Now
see out of their
batting,
closer.
catcher,
Come in
Singer.
and just destroy all hope.
Singer.
First 2 batters, 2 strikeouts. See if he can strike out the side.
So they're down to their final out. Now a chance for Hayden Sanger. Fouled off down the right side. Trying to close out a 1-run lead here in the last half of inning number 9. Swing and a ground ball, and that one gets through into center field.
Just kept
Now
it simple.
batting,
Played Pepper with the
shortstop,
middle of the
Francisco.
infield. And took it back where it came from, and
Lindor.
there's just no one there to knock it down.
Back to the top of the order now. And next for the Mets, Francisco Lindor. Swing and a miss. 0-1.
0-1.
Tying run at first, the winning run at the plate. They're down to their final strike. One strike away. Got him, and that's the ball game.
Well, this was a total team effort, using 6 pitchers in this ball game to get the win. Outstanding job of passing the baton, the next pitcher stepping up and getting it done. You got to give them a lot of credit because this is not easy to do. We'll see how it affects them over the next couple of days.